Welcome back. We are here to debunk all this crazy gym hacks, gym trends, and all this toxic culture we see online. Let's go.
The fitness community is so toxic. A study found that 15 to 30% of gym goers use steroids, and a majority of these people do not compete and aren't athletes. Yet people have convinced themselves that people whose source of income is based on how they look aren't using steroids, because taking steroids is the easy way out. 99% of these fitness influencers don't have a degree in what they're talking about, let alone a personal training certification, because that's hard to do. And the fitness community is full of sellouts.
So this is the problem right now with the fitness industry. You got people online taking steroids, giving you all this advice. Anything they do if they're taking steroids is gonna work to a certain degree. So you can't take that advice. Whereas there's people that are doing it naturally, that have been personal trainers for years and years and years, and they know what they're talking about. They're doing it the proper way.
Super quick and simple. Okay. Are you natural or not?
Am I natural or not? That's for you guys to find out.
So just guess.
Huh?
Take a wild guess. For the audience.
What?
Like they're gonna have to guess whether you're natural or not.
Oh, they have to guess? I don't know what they're gonna say.
Well, unless you tell them.
No, I'm not. I'm natural.
You're natural?
Yeah.
Lifetime natural?
Yes. How do you think I keep my face?
So lifetime natural. And what division do you compete in?
Bodybuilding.
Okay. So women's bodybuilding.
Yes.
You can clearly see from her face, along with the amount of muscle mass she has. As a female bodybuilder, there's no way you can reach that level without steroids. Now, I'm not shitting on steroid use if you compete. If you compete, fair enough, do what you gotta do. What I don't like is lying about it. Now, because now people that follow her are gonna have this full sense of what results they could get. And if they get results even half of what she's got without steroids, that's amazing. But they're not gonna see it like that. And that is the problem. Whereas this is a real expectation of 10 years of training. Obviously, you could have lower fat percentage. I'm not shitting on him, but like you could see more ripped. But that's the amount of muscle you can expect to gain. It takes a long time. There's no point us pretending like it happens in a couple of weeks. Anyone that tells you they get that kind of results quicker than a year, 2 years, they're probably taking something.
If you can go to the gym alone, consistently, without having a trainer partner having to follow you, shout out to you, because you must have a really strong mind. Especially those that can go without posting, without telling anyone, by themselves, with no music, just their own thoughts. Shout out to you for real, I applaud you, because a lot of people can't do that. You must have really strong discipline, or you're just straight fighting demons. Take it or leave it. Mr. Kids of Sport.
It's right. Any of you guys out there working out alone or with a partner, whatever, if you're in the gym 5 times a week, I salute you.
You do the same workout every fucking week. If you go hard and your sets are really hard and you're progressively overloading and you've got high intensity and you're eating your food right, you are going to progress. You know, there's no doubt about that. Somebody could only do bench press, no cable flies, no pec deck, no nothing, and build a pretty big chest as long as they went hard. But would it be more likely that they would develop a better chest if they did extra movements and have a better mind-muscle connection, be able to flex harder from doing a variety of different exercises? I'm inclined to think so. But I don't know. That just kind of goes to something that I kind of contradict myself on a lot. Because on one hand, I usually talk about how you don't have to overcomplicate this shit. Keep it simple. Just do hard sets. But I think that's almost like my main point. And once you have that down, then it will definitely benefit you to get real specific. You do the same workout every fucking week.
Huge mistake. Oh, I'm going to change my routine every 4 or 6 weeks. Bullshit, huh? If your squats work for you, you need to be doing squats. Well, you're going to change it to one-legged cable bullshit. Your body doesn't know which exercise it's doing. It just knows how hard it's working. And if it's working beyond its normal capacity, then it has to adapt to that. I've done a couple of videos about it because it's like, pisses me off. I'm like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, Ronnie Coleman do the same exercises day in and day out because they're the exercises that work. You want big legs, you've got to do leg press or squats. You want a big back, you've got to do bent over rows. That's it. There's no reason to change your exercises unless it's a psychological reason. You're stuck in that barbell row. Let's do dumbbell row, one side at a time. It's pretty similar, but maybe your brain now gets excited because, ooh, I'm doing something different. So then your physical output is more. So if you're stagnant and bored and not looking forward to it, maybe there's a reason to change it. But that's really the only reason.
So this is the problem I see with social media and training. There's always this new hack. Oh, don't do it like this, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. Like there's always a new way of... It worked, and it still works. Why are we changing stuff? Why are we trying to make hacks and all this crazy stuff? You need legs, you want to squat, you want to deadlift. You want chest, you want to bench, you want to fly. You want back, you want to pull up, you want to row. It's really that simple. We ain't got to make it all hard. We ain't got to get all these gimmicks and these new machines. Just stick with the basics and it works.
Nope, it ain't sleepy time, motherfucker. Get the fuck up! Go to bed.
This is disgusting. And it's again another one of these stupid trends just to seem cool. Just lift the weight. The fact that he could even stop to do that bullshit and then carry on lifting tells me he's not even lifting hard enough anyway. If you're lifting to max, you can't stop.
Absolutely love this video. So many people sent this to me. It put the biggest smile on my face, so I wanted to share with all of you. Notice when he walks in her video, she doesn't get upset. She doesn't throw a tantrum. She doesn't act entitled as if just because she's filming, she owns the gym. Instead, she's kind. She laughs. She even lets my man cook for a minute. I love that. This is the type of gym culture that we need more of. But I will disagree on one thing when she says that he thought it was his friend's phone. I'd say it is his friend's phone because after this, I guarantee these two become gym friends. And every time they see each other, they'll laugh and they'll smile because of such an amazing memory. So thank you, Serene, for such an amazing video. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Everyone go show them some love and have an amazing, amazing weekend.
Signs.
So I've just shown you a lot of corny shit. This is not it. This is not corny. What he's doing right there is exactly what you're supposed to do. Lift heavy weight, control it down. The eccentric is where you're building most muscle. That's where most of the tension is coming from. Alright, so we got some mates here bulking and cutting. They're both doing something wrong. They're in McDonald's. You don't bulk on McDonald's, nor can you cut on McDonald's. This is the problem right now. So people are thinking it's just purely calories. We hear calorie deficits, calorie surplus, and that's all we're thinking about. It's about what kind of food you're putting in as well. These kind of processed foods make it harder on your body to digest, meaning you won't get all of that nutrients as quick, and it's going to cause swelling, it's going to cause stomach problems, which is actually going to just lower your results. If you want to bulk and build muscle efficiently, it has to be a healthy bulk. None of this McDonald's, pizzas and stuff. You will bulk on that stuff, of course, but it's not going to be good for you, and you're not going to bulk as efficiently. And again, we've got something else. Apparently, I've discovered that you can put the plates on the wrong way around. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which way they're around.
Oh, my ears here. You killed my ears here dropping that thing so loud. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Actually, it takes more work to refrain it.
Well, the work is coming in.
So quick, but do whatever you want. Next time over here.
I'm sick of these kind of people that complain about the noise of weights when they're in a gym. That's where weights are. Weights make noise. They weigh stuff. They hit the floor. If you're a beginner or you're just trying to get out of a rut, download my no BS muscle building blueprint. It's completely free. It's on my website. The link's in the description. Check it out. Hopefully it can help. Thank you guys.
I'm 50 years old. People often ask me, how do I stay in such great shape as I get older? Well, it's a fucking piece of cake. 30 years ago, I created the habits that was going to allow me to build muscle and keep in great shape. And I've implemented those habits and I've executed them for 30 fucking years. Well, it's simple. You want to build some muscle, you want to get in the best shape of your life, all you've got to do is create the habits that will get you there, and you as well will be in the best shape of your life at fucking 50 years old. Let's go, baby.
This is it. Why do people get out of shape? Because they stopped doing stuff that kept them in shape. I know friends that stopped playing sports at 20. I'm 36. I carry on playing sports. I'm still working out because that's how you stay in good shape. And then look, we got a 90-year-old here that's doing the calisthenic workout. He looks amazing for his age. Most people don't even reach that age. Most people that age can't even get out of their house. Hi, if you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing and sharing. It would help me out a lot. Thank you. So the first lift, just a little bit of butt hinge. The second lift is a closed grip now, so it's working triceps. But I'm not counting that as a PR. I don't know about you. I want that to go up all in a straight line.
If someone picks up a 5 kg dumbbell and they go, oh, it's a little bit light, they grab a 7.5 kg. That's a 33.3 recurring percent increase. A 33% increase in weight is massive. Like, no one would ever deadlift 66 kg and go, oh, it's a bit light, and jump to 100. So for anyone that's using a 5 kg weight and they're thinking, oh, it's a little bit easy, always proceed with caution before going to the next notch up, because the next notch up could be a little bit more difficult. So I'd rather people use a weight that they could control for more reps than going up to a weight that maybe they can't control and making the form a bit shit.
It's just solid advice. So it's why I always say to my clients, if the 5s are too light, the 7.5s are too hard, and there is no 6, there's no option in between, then you just change another variable. So you've got the amount of reps you do. You've got the how slow you bring that weight down. Apparently, TikTok says that's not a thing, but it is. Time under tension, reps in general, and focusing on the contraction is going to help you so much more than going to a heavier weight and ruining the form like we saw in that previous video. Go with a weight you can keep the form perfect. You'll get more out of it. Yeah, cool. You want to lift that heavier weight because your friend is or something, but so what? The muscles cannot count. So why does it matter? The only reason it matters is because of your ego. And that's the problem right now.
I see a loser. I see some guy who's 43 years old, lives in his parents' basement, and he fucking hates the world. I'm like, that was a baby. Man, this is a baby that somebody just gave shitty nutrients to, whether it's nutrients in the forms of food or in the form of thoughts and ideas and examples. And this kid developed these horrible, self-defeating patterns of behavior that have led them to this point where they're this middle-aged person with no future and no idea of how to get out of this rut, and probably never will escape it, and might just wind up sucking on a gun. You know, I mean, this is the world that we live in today. And I think part of that world is because we have been fed this line of horseshit that you're supposed to seek comfort. And I don't think you are. I think you're supposed to seek lessons, and you're supposed to seek difficult tasks and accomplishments. And through those things, and through doing things that are hard to do, even if it's just a fucking 90-minute hot yoga class. I do a 90-minute yoga class, man. Those last 20 minutes, I do not want to be there, man. And I definitely don't want to give 100%. And I can cheat. I can kind of half-ass it. But if I don't, and I get through it, when that time is up and the lady says namaste and everybody gets up, I'm like, fuck, man. I made it. You know, I lost 15 pounds. My fucking yoga mat is drenched to the point where I can literally wring it out and fill a jug up with water. But through that struggle, I will now have a better day, and I better fucking do it again tomorrow, or do something else, because if I just think, well, tomorrow I'm just gonna coast and eat Twinkies and watch TV. Hello, sadness, my old friend. Hello, depression, because when you're not doing anything, you feel like shit. And that's just a part of being a human being. And we can pretend that we're something other than what we really are, and we can pretend, nah, me, man, I'm just cool, just chilling, doing nothing. Bullshit. You're a fucking human. You're a human being. You evolved from the fucking hundreds of thousands of years of hunters and gatherers and people that were struggling. Those human reward systems are carved deeply into your DNA. And if you don't respect that, if you don't respect the mechanism of happiness and fulfillment and what you really need to do in order to feel satisfied in life, camaraderie, love, family, friendship, struggle, testing yourself, learning, all those things are imperative. They're all a giant part of being a person.
It's clear there's a lot of people like this in the world. I've been in that situation. I've been that person that when I'm injured, 2 weeks of no training, or I'm on holiday for 2 weeks and I come back, I can't bother to get straight back into it. There, when I'm feeling my lowest. If you're training, eating healthy, focusing on getting sleep, everything feels better. Everything. Just walking to the shop feels better. I promise you guys, if you don't, you need to get in the gym 3 to 4 times a week at least. It don't have to be a lot, but move your body and you will be happier.
Evil Empire, laughing all the way to the bank.
I was guilty of this as well, I'll be honest. In my early 20s, I wanted that 6 sets of bench press, the 10 sets of arm supersets, all this kind of stuff. That is just burning out a muscle and not really giving it any reason to grow. Like, yeah, we're going to be contracting a whole bunch of times. Yeah, great. But you cannot possibly lift as heavy in any of those 10 sets as you could if you warmed up efficiently and did 1 to 2 really heavy sets. Now we're talking anything between 6 and 12 reps, super heavy, real good control, not using other things, swinging through the hips, etc. Depends what exercise you're doing, but controlling the weight for failure. Most people in the gym don't even understand the idea of failure, but once you realize that's the way to train, that is the way to lift heavy. If I'm doing a chest workout, I'm doing 6 heavy sets at the most. I'm doing a warm-up, I'm getting into it, I'm doing a heavy set. Then science suggests even doing that heavy set as the first set, then the second set is a little bit of a drop-off, about 20 to 30% drop-off, and then rep out and get as much out of that muscle as you can. But to do a 20 rep, increase the weight, 15, increase the weight, 12, increase the weight, like I used to do, like a lot of people used to do in the past, that isn't doing it. You're tired before you even get to that heavy set.
Final destination 7.
This is my non-stim pre-workout stack, my go-to every day before I train if I don't want any caffeine. What this is going to do, the 3D, the EVP 3D is going to give you a crazy pump, and then the EVP AQ is going to hold fullness in the muscles long after you're done training. This one, you come in, get pumped up. This one holds the fullness after your training. You take them both pre-workout.
These guys didn't get in the shape they're in taking these supplements they're selling.
Guys, every man on the planet should be taking this if they want to be the best version of themselves. It's got Tom Canali, Vergagio, Maca, and Turkesterone in the damn same capsule. Get some in now.
Now, are you tired of all these supplements? This endless list of all these things you're supposed to take. It's like a full-time job to keep up with all these supplements online. But what should you be taking, or should you take any at all? Let's have a look.
You know why all the fitness influencers push all these supplements all the time? It's not because they took these supplements and that's how they got in shape. They might not even take those supplements. It's because they get paid when someone buys it. And if they feel good about that, hey, get your dollars up. But just know, you get in shape from workouts and nutrition.
So the emphasis isn't on what's truly right for their audience. It's on making money. So any company that sponsors them, they're going to say yes to, whether they've taken it in the past, whether they plan on taking it whilst they're sponsored by them, or whether they even think that it's healthy.
Guys, pre-workout, my best-selling products in the whole shop. Do I recommend it? No. Why? Because this stuff is no good for you. Anyone who tells you otherwise is talking shit. Give you an example, £90, my most expensive pre-workout. £90, bruv. What kind of workout do you want me to have? For £90, someone better be lifting the weight for me. Anyway, guys, this is a message and a warning for young kids who are addicted to pre-workout. Come off it. This is long-term. It's no good for you. If you need some proper advice, how to energize your workout, come see me. Come see Uncle Fab. I'm here 7 days a week, apart from when I'm on holiday.
So this guy's bestseller in his shop is a pre-workout, and he's saying it's not good for you, yet he's still selling it. So yeah, he's talking some truth, and he's kind of like warning people, but he still sells it because it's all about money. It isn't about what's healthy or what even works. The other day in the gym, I heard these two, they must have been about 17, 18 in the gym, talking about pre-workout shakes and which one's the best. This guy was acting like it was fine wines. He was, oh, I took this one for a few weeks. It didn't give me the tingly feeling I wanted. This one didn't give me the buzz. Dude, like, if you know your pre-workouts that well, you're addicted.
Hey guys, I bet you never thought you'd see this again, man. The Jack 3D is now in the TikTok shop. You got 45 scoops per serving, and you already know this gives you the crazy pumps, energy, and long lasting that you need in the gym, man. So click that link below and get yours today while supplies last.
I don't know if anyone remembers Jacked, or Jack 3D as some people remember it. A pre-workout in 2010 or so. I believe it was banned in 2011 because of 2 soldiers dying. I believe it's just come back from what I'm seeing online. And I think last year a London marathon runner was taking it in their bottle and they had a cardiac arrest. So clearly these things are not supposed to be taken. They're obviously not good for our bodies. And the reason it's come back apparently is because it's been relabeled as university studied, which essentially means nothing, but it's just a way of kind of tricking the mind into thinking it's scientific. Please be careful.
How to start your own supplement brand in 60 seconds. First up, you need an idea for your product. Whether that be a pre-workout or a protein, but you also need it to be different. What makes your brand or your product stand out that people will want to buy?
And now it seems to get even worse, and now there's guides out there teaching you how to make your own supplement companies. People doing Dexter's lab stuff at their homes. This is my professional and friendly advice. Do not buy supplements on TikTok.
You want to get big like me and take a supplement that's non-toxic to the body but as close to a steroid as possible, like Google says? Turkesterone, 500 milligrams per tablet, and on a flash sale right now, about 14 quid down from 20. Go and check them out. Links below on the bottom left.
What the hell is this? Well, basically it's legal gear. This supplement contains 3 of the strongest natural testosterone boosters on the planet. And this is basically what each of those compounds do. No, it's not £100 a bowl. No, it's not £50 a bowl. It's £10 a bowl right now because of the Black Friday sales. Of course, with them being this price, they sell out super fast. So if you do want to get your hands on these, the yellow basket in the bottom left corner is still there. That means it's still in stock and you can still get your hands on them.
Our 3 most viral supplements are now on sale on a bundle. For the first time ever, we've bundled them at the lowest price you'll ever get them. If you buy the bundle of Get Strong, Get Moringa, and Get Attractive, the full price is less than what the price of just Get Strong is. For less than what you pay for Get Strong, you're gonna get our 3 most viral products, all of which have sold out, which means at this price point, I'm not even making any money. So not only are they gonna be the cheapest supplements, they're also the best quality. All our supplements are third-party tested against heavy metals and to make sure it's efficacious, meaning this bundle, it's not gonna last at that price point. That price point's insane. It's basically a gift. So run, buy it if you've been wanting to buy all 3.
He's not even making money from it. He's just a nice guy trying to give everyone supplements. Guys, please be careful because you don't know what's in that stuff. The ingredients are misleading. Obviously, the labeling is misleading. As you can see here from a doctor, this is his opinion.
This new study in the Journal of the American Medical Association tested 30 of the top immune-boosting dietary supplements on the Amazon marketplace. They analysed each product using a technique called liquid chromatography mass spectrometry. And the list of ingredients through analysis was compared to the list of ingredients on the product packaging. They found that 17 of the 30 supplements had inaccurate labels, 13 had ingredients listed that were not detected through analysis, and 9 supplements had substances that were analysed that were not disclosed on the packaging. And none of the products had third-party certification seals present on the packaging.
So a lot of people out there are paying for these supplements that don't even have the ingredients in them that they claim to have. I would say most of the supplement industry is a scam.
It turns out that most supplements, when you walk into a normal health food store, do nothing measurable in the human body whatsoever. First on our list, amino acid powders. These are powders, sometimes drinks, usually made from a protein source like whey protein, but broken down into individual amino acids for you. In reality, you can absorb actual undigested whey protein better and more completely and faster than you can absorb individual pre-digested amino acids. They're number 2 overrated supplement. Beta-alanine. It's not something that you're going to take and then immediately get the results of. Matter of fact, you take it, you immediately get almost nothing, except you get that skin tingling sensation, which people like in their pre-workouts. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. That skin tingling doesn't really mean anything. Just tingling your skin and doing nothing else. Number 3, branched chain amino acids, aka BCAAs. They are very anti-catabolic. They profoundly reduce muscle loss you have in the several hours after you drink them, but they are not remotely pro-anabolic. They don't actually supply the amino acids you need to grow muscle. But check this out. If you consume whey, egg, casein, these protein sources not only reduce muscle loss just as well as only BCAAs taken by themselves, but they also help grow muscle in addition.
So this is my take. If I'm eating as best as I can, I'm training consistently and efficiently, I'm getting enough sleep, and I'm hydrating, I would say most of you watching probably would realize you don't need supplements, which would then save you a hell of a lot of money. But if you are hell-bent on taking something, there are only 2 supplements I would ever suggest: whey protein and creatine. I take whey protein straight after my workout purely from convenience. I'm not replacing a meal. I just want to get that protein in quick. And then I'm going to have creatine daily as well. Creatine is one of the most studied supplements out there. And this has amazing results on recovery and also cognitive benefits such as focus. Other than those, I wouldn't suggest anything crazy. None of these natural steroids, none of these pre-workouts. It is all a scam to take your hard-earned cash.
Do you mind if I ask you what you do for your workouts?
I would say it's 99% diet.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is what my body looks like when I'm working out on a regular basis, eating healthy and taking care of my mental health. I do not have a flat stomach, not because I have GI issues or food intolerance or I'm not doing enough abs or cardio, but because this is just where my body wants to be. I'm not bloated, I don't need a metabolism booster, I don't need to work out more, eat better. This is just where my body wants to be, and that's normal and that's okay. You might not have a flat stomach, and that doesn't mean that you're not healthy, and there's nothing wrong with having a belly.
Having excess fat on your mid-region is a direct increased chance of cardiovascular disease, among so many other things, so many issues that could come from having excess fat. Every human has the capacity to have a low body fat percentage. You don't need to be super low. We don't need to all be able to step on stage, but we do need to have as low body fat as possible. She may be healthier than she's been, and she may feel great right now, but she could feel better. But this woman is kidding herself and a lot of people online. She is not healthy. I'm sorry if I offend her or anyone else.
It won't help me to lose weight doing cardio.
No. You know what's going to help you to lose weight is more weightlifting, build more muscle so you have more insulin receptor sites, fast more so you can get rid of all of the glucose that gets stored in muscles, break your fast with protein. Those 3 things will get you in the shape that you want. It might not, remember, as you build muscle, you're not going to lose, the number on the scale might be that much different. You know, it might not move, but your whole shape is going to change. You're going to look different.
Now this right here is actually good advice. Cardio is definitely going to help, but it isn't the main component to losing body fat. Increasing muscle mass, eating healthy, replenishing the fuels, staying hydrated. Another thing I've noticed that kind of stops people from building muscle is they build 3 kilograms of muscle, they weigh more on the scale. They may have dropped a bit of fat along the way, so they're probably 2 kilograms more now on the scale, and that deters them from continuing the journey. They're not going to continue. Like, you got to understand, building muscle, you hit plateaus along the way. I've been training for 16 years. I can still fit in this camera. So there's no issues here. You don't need to be worrying about what the scales say. there's this weird trend of lifting weird things and doing weird movements with weird equipment. It's so lame. This shit drives me crazy. It's got to be the most annoying part of the fitness industry online. No one got in shape doing this weird shit. No one thinks that's cool. You just look like a twat, just looking for attention. Now, this guy is not living in 2050. This guy is living in the real world. He knows how to train. You're supposed to do it like that. Okay, this video pissed me off because this guy is claiming to be too strong for this gym, where he's barely getting the reps in. He can't fully extend. The form looks trash. His back's arched to the point that that is no longer an incline press. That is just a flat press. This aggravates me. Now, he would have got a better workout with half that weight, I bet. But it's online, so everyone wants to act like they're cool. 50s are just not heavy enough. Yes, they are. So this woman's doing sort of 150 to 200 kg with no range of motion, pure knee presses. Realistically, she probably should cut that weight by about a third and actually get all the way down. I'm sick of seeing this in the gym. Don't lift more than you can lift for full range. This makes me so uncomfortable. There's training to failure and there is physical abuse. Don't be that trainer, man.
So many people sent me this video. This young woman, Zara, is doing sprints, a great workout, when another woman approaches her and very loud and obnoxiously yells, "Hey," telling her that she's being too loud, she can't hear her own music. First off, they make noise-canceling headphones for a reason. She should get a pair. Secondly, the gym is not a library. People are going to make noises when working out. There is nothing wrong with Zara doing sprints. If that woman wants to work out in silence, she should train at home. But what I really love is the fact that Zara stays calm. She doesn't get confrontational. She doesn't respond to that woman with the same negative energy that she has. So thank you, Zara. You look incredible. Keep up the hard work. Everyone go show her some love and give her a follow too. She posts some incredible gym content. Have a great Sunday, everyone.
If he competes, fair enough, he's got to practice the posing. But for anyone that's in the changing rooms posing for your social media to the point of passing out, you need to chill. You need to chill. No one cares that much.
I would like to talk very quick about something that annoys me, and I'm going to call it thin-splaining. It's the idea that fat people, have no idea how to be thin, and that's why we're fat. So that we just don't understand health, and that's why we are the way that we are. So they want to add their tips, saying that it's not appropriate to talk to your loved ones about their body or their weight gain or loss. And some people are like, what if I want to talk to my partner about it because health risks run in their family? It's their family. Who told you about the health risks? Do you think they don't know? Why do you need to talk to them about it? I made a video where I said you can decline getting your weight taken at the doctor's office, and so many people jumped in to say, unless you have anesthesia, unless you're getting a prescription for medication, unless it's this, unless it's that. And I'm like, fat people know when it's medically necessary. Stop. I made a video saying that there are no diseases exclusive to fat people, which there are absolutely not. And people want to say, it can actually be a risk factor for other diseases. Like we don't already know. People have literally been saying this shit to me since I was 7 years old. I know. I don't need your helpful input.
If I was broke or homeless and my family or my loved ones were trying to help me, I'm not going to be offended, am I? She's offended because she doesn't want to change.
Number one cause of obesity is genetics. And it doesn't matter what you do. You could be a person who has a perfect diet and exercises and sleeps right, and you're still obese. The data shows that most people who are obese have obese parents. They're all doing the wrong thing. There's not like a person in that family that's eating grass-fed steak and running marathons and lifting weights, getting up at 6 in the morning and getting in a cold plunge and doing all these different things. They're still fat as fuck. 1,000 calories a day in exercise, and they're still fat as fuck. That's not real.
This is it. If every human being had a calorie deficit and worked out and lifted weights, everyone would be in shape. We wouldn't all look the same, but we would all be in good shape.
If you want to be a great ally to fat people, here are some things you can do. When you go to the doctor, encourage them to do the following things. Eliminate any weight or BMI cutoff policies. Stop using the BMI completely because it is ineffective and racist. Get medical equipment that will actually work for fat patients, like blood pressure cuffs that fit and won't give a false high reading because they're too tight. Set up their office in a way that makes it usable for fat people, like putting chairs without arms in every room. When you go to a clothing store, tell them to expand their size range. It does not matter what their size range currently is. Tell them to expand it. If you work in education, get in touch with the health and PE departments. Ask them if they have anything in their curriculum that involves students weighing themselves, counting calories, or using the BMI in any capacity. If they do, educate them on how all of these practices lead to eating disorders and ask them to stop. Like and follow for part 2.
And the BMI test, the body mass index, it basically divides your height to weight and what weight you're supposed to be based on your height. Now, this doesn't account for muscle mass. So there's times where I've been like overweight on a BMI because of my muscle mass. My fat percentage never been above 12%, but the BMI itself is flawed for that reason. But it's not racist.
Everyone's brain hates it when they lose weight. It doesn't matter your starting point. You could start from a point where you are athletic versus someone who's not athletic, couch potato type phenotype. The moment you lose a little bit of weight, we're talking even a few pounds. I'm not even talking, you're talking about a stone. Even if you lost 5 pounds, what happens in your brain is your brain is used to you or me carrying a certain amount of weight. The moment your weight starts to go down as an adult, it goes, hey, this is a big flag comes up. This is reducing my chance of survival. This is what the brain thinks. And so what it does is it begins to use strategies, not conscious, nothing to do with our brain, anything like that, to drag us back up, kicking and screaming to where we were before. First of all, it makes us hungry. Okay. Second, it actually very, very secretively lowers your metabolism ever so slightly, so that even eating exactly the same thing, you are now storing more than you're burning, even eating exactly the same thing. Part of the strategy to get you back up to where you were before.
I've seen this kind of idea trending online lately that not everyone can lose fat. Some people are just destined to be a certain shape, and even if you lose the fat, it's going to come back. No, it comes back if you go back to that same lifestyle. Your body depicts your lifestyle, right? So if I'm a healthy person, I eat healthy and I work out, my body's going to show that. Now, cool, someone that's been lazy for 20 years and then now has been training for 6 months, yeah, they're not going to show that hard work of the 6 months, but eventually that's going to pay off. You just don't be lazy, and don't pretend like hormones or genes are the reason why you're lazy. You're just lazy.
We call it fat shaming. Don't tell someone they're fat. Let them just be morbidly obese and go through life at a massive risk of heart attack or stroke or diabetes. Don't say anything, because then you'll hurt their feelings. Meanwhile, you could say something to someone and it might be uncomfortable in the moment. Like, hey, Mike, listen, I don't want to be that guy, but you got to lose some weight. And then that guy could go and look in the mirror and go, fuck, I really do need to lose some weight. And then they'll lose some weight and they'll be healthy and they'll talk to you 4 or 5 months later and go, you know, you fucked my head up that day. And because of that, I really started changing the way I eat and I'm so much healthier and I feel better.
Because he's your friend.
It's unacceptable to be fat.
Do you know why you're saying that?
Yes, because I've been fat before and I lost the weight.
Well, me too. I've been fat my whole life. I've been way skinnier than I am now, and I've been way heavier than I am now. Was I less valuable at one point in there?
Well, I mean, you can make an argument that you're less valuable when you're fatter because you drain resources, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I mean, in general, being fat is unacceptable because you control every single morsel of food that goes into your mouth. It shows a lack of discipline, it shows a lack of character, it shows a lack of temperance, and when you're fat, it's an outward manifestation of your inadequacies.
I agree with him. I don't care if I'm hated for that. But this is what I feel. If women can demand someone with 6 figures, 6 feet, all this kind of stuff, yet we can't discuss the actual elephant in the room, like the elephant.
And this is like maybe a controversial take, but I don't think that the majority of fat people, until you learn about body liberation and body positivity, no one would choose to continue to be fat in a world where they absolutely hate fat people. People think that I'm glorifying obesity by spreading the word and like telling everybody about this information. Trust me, I wouldn't recommend anybody be fat in this world. It is horrible. It is so traumatizing. It is so isolating. People are evil, they are cruel. Strangers think it's okay to tell you on the bus, you're fat, you should lose weight, you're disgusting. Like, it's non-stop, and that leads to people isolating themselves and like seeking comfort through food.
This is a refreshing discussion. So she's aware of how traumatic it is, but she don't seem to have been changing it. Like, she's middle-aged at this point and she's still big, maybe bigger than she was. If it was that traumatizing, like if I was traumatized by a certain situation in my life, I would leave that situation. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you did. Subscribe for more, all that. Thank you. Have a good day.
Before I fall to the system, I'm gonna try and do good with my gifting and pray to the Lord for some wisdom. Pray. Hopefully someone will listen. Amen.